Welcome to Deep Tips. In today's video, we will discuss about different types of fractions. In olden days, when Egyptians were using only unit fractions, the people of ancient India used composite fractions for their day-to-day lives. They were using mixed fractions, improper fractions for measurement of length, weight, and many other things. So let's discuss and learn various types of fractions using different applications.
I know you all like eating cakes, and to bake a tasty cake, it's very important to know the exact ingredients. And the interesting part is that most of the ingredients of a cake are in fractions, like 3/4 cup of sugar, half tablespoon of baking soda, 1/4 of baking powder, etc. This is one of the application of fractions. There are many other day-to-day situations where we use fractions. Like when we go for buying groceries, we say 2.5 kg rice, 1/4 of sugar, and many more. So today we are going to learn different types of fractions using these applications. Let's learn about different types of fractions. In this video, I will focus on proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fraction. So if I take a cup of sugar and I divide it into 4 equal parts, right? So out of 4, I consume 3 parts. So I can write 3/4. So here 4 in the denominator tells me that in how many parts a whole is divided, and number 3 tells me that how many parts are consumed. So 3 is my numerator and 4 is the denominator. When my denominator is greater than the numerator, it is a proper fraction. So if I say 3/4 cup of sugar, that means from a cup which is full of sugar, I am taking 3 parts. Okay. Now if I take another example, 5/7, that means a whole is divided into 7 equal parts, because denominator gives me equal number of parts a whole is divided into. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. I'll erase the extra part. Okay. So now out of these 7 parts, if I take 5 parts, so my fraction is 5/7, and my denominator is bigger than the numerator. So this is a proper fraction. So in proper fraction, you can take some part from the whole. There is no separate whole part. There is always a whole and you take some fractional part from it. Now if I reverse this 3/4 and I write 4/3. Okay. So as I told you that denominator tells me number of parts of a whole. So is it possible to take 4 parts from 3 parts? Because here in my denominator it is 3. So my denominator is smaller than the numerator, right? It is impossible to take 4 parts from 3 parts. So if I have a cup which is full of sugar and I have divided that cup in 3 equal parts, right? But I need 4/3. I need 4 parts of sugar. Okay. So how I can get 4 parts? That means I need 1 full cup which is divided into 3 equal parts, so 1 whole, and I need 1 more cup which is of same quantity and divided into same equal parts. So I will take 1 part from the second cup. So I can say when I need 4/3 parts of sugar, I will take 1 whole cup and 1/3 from the second cup. Right? So an improper fraction has a whole part and fractional part. That's why an improper fraction can be converted to a mixed fraction. So 4/3 is equals to 1/3. Okay, it has 1 whole part and 1/3 is the fractional part. Now let's take one more example. Now let's reverse this 5/7 to 7/5. So what does it mean? If I take 1 whole which is divided into 5 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can I take 7 parts from this whole? No, it is not possible. So I need this whole in full. So 1 whole. Now I will go to another same whole which is divided into 5 equal parts, and I will take 2 parts from this whole, right? So this 7/5 is equals to 1 whole and 2/5 fractional part. So that's why improper fraction is converted to a mixed fraction. I hope you are clear with the concept. So thank you so much. If you like this video and understood the concept, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.